What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Comic Books NYC. You're watching Original Art Hour. This is the program where we sit down with other original comic art collectors, share some art from our collections, tell a few stories, and talk about the art side of the comic book collecting hobby that we love so much. Joining me on tonight's latest episode is my good friend Ray, RB3 Comics. What's going on? Out of Las Vegas. What's going on, Bill?
Las Vegas.
Right. So, dude, it's been a minute, man. I mean, we caught up a little bit backstage, but it's great to see you, man. I missed you.
I'm about to say it's probably been what was it? Maybe February when we chatted.
I don't even remember, dude. I don't even remember anymore.
Because you came in November of last year, I think it was.
Yeah, we hung out November of last year in Vegas. I went to that like really small con right before I jetted out of town, but I was in town to see Jerry Seinfeld at that.
Your brother was here.
Me and my brother were there, yeah. So that was a fun trip. But it was awesome hanging out with you, getting to see some Vegas shops, and hanging out with you, man. But look, we'll get more into Comic Books NYC RB3 Comics relationship in a second. But let's say a quick hello to some folks here in the chat. We got some people hanging out here. So let me scroll up here. How do I do this thing here? All right, we got Unruly Simeon says he's driving, but we'll be listening. All right, drive safe, man. Tricky Trapster in the house. What's going on? Magic Lasso says that OA show you went to this weekend looked awesome. It was fun. It was definitely fun. Graphic Man, what's going on, Graphic Man? Good to see you. Ruben Guzman in the house. Good to see you, Ruben. We got JP's Budget Collecting. What's going on, JP? Michael Knights of Old is here. Good to see you, Knights. Thanks for stopping by, brother. We got Gomez, Comic Collector Broski. What's going on? I got Issues 2319. Chris, what's going on, Chris? Good to see you, man. Sam I Am Comics is in the house. Good to see you, Sam, as well. Who else is in here? We got Mike the Collector, another previous guest of this program. Good to see you, Mike. Hope you're doing all right. Who else do we got in here? The chat is moving too quickly for me to okay, I think I'm caught up for now, but honestly there's a lot of people saying hello to each other, so I have a hard time following that as it happens. But we'll catch up with you guys in the chat again shortly. But look, it's Original Art Hour. I'm excited to have Ray on here with me because Ray's one of the guys that first got me into this whole craziness. I don't know, almost 3 years ago at this point. So it's been a while. But Ray's got all sorts of stuff going on in his world. But he's been like one of my art mentors along the way. So it's awesome to have him on the show and have him share some of his artwork. So Ray, why don't you tell a little bit? Why don't you tell people who don't know you who you are and maybe how you got into this whole thing?
Sure.
Yeah.
I basically started collecting books in about 86. About 86, I was about 14 years old. Started collecting books. Joined the Air Force, and JoJo's in the house. JoJo, I haven't seen her for a while.
We got the Vegas crew coming out.
And I see JP. JP's in the house. I mean, I remember him.
Well, all your 12 Days of Christmas guys are coming out here.
I still hear.
I was in that chat. Come on.
And I started collecting in 86, and then I joined the Air Force in 90. And Knights of Old's in the house, but
I think you meant comic books.
And and then I was just spending money, every month I was buying just tons of stuff because I was single, I was young, I was in the military, I had a guaranteed check, I had a guaranteed house, guaranteed food. So I was just spending money. And then in 98, that's when my wife and we had our daughter. And my wife said, look, we're either going to keep spending money on comics and be single, or we can be together. And so that was basically the end. And I had about 32 long boxes I sold.
Yeah.
And so basically didn't do anything with any books. The only book I remember buying was I was over in the desert, and I came into Boston International Airport, and I bought the Jim Lee Hush series. I think that was in 2003. I saw that at the airport. And I read that and I was like, oh my God, the art was fantastic, because the last time I'd seen Jim Lee, I think was an X-Men.
Yeah, it's some of the best Batman art ever in Hush.
Oh my God, it's amazing. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And that was, like I said, 2003. And then in 2016, our daughter graduated school. And I was like, hey, look, I want to get back into my hobby. And so it took a while. I saved up some money. And the very first book I bought was that Amazing Fantasy 15 1.8.
Yeah.
And after I bought that, I bought a All-Star Comics number 8, I think it is, the first Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
It was a coverless one, but like, hey, look, I bought it. And then I sold those, and I'd actually got my first piece of art. That's an original piece of art, and that was a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man. It wasn't anything special or anything, but it was a McFarlane. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy that. I bought it, and then I ended up selling all 3 of those, and I bought the Jim Lee cover to the Icons.
That's right, the Trinity cover, right? Yeah.
Trinity cover, yep.
Yeah.
And I bought that, and then I sold that to basically start my own comic business and stuff. And then I just started picking up art. I was more attracted to the art and liking the art because it's so original, it's so unique. And so then, I just started picking up art. And I don't know if you've been hit by it yet, but you buy.
Oh, dude, I'm way beyond. I'm so far gone now.
Well, I know that you're buying the pieces, but I don't know if you've been hit like I've been hit, to where you buy something and then it just gets old, and you're like, man, I want to sell this and get something else. It's almost
I've gone through that with books, not with art yet, not with art necessarily yet. I might be starting to get there though, because I'm kind of in a place where I'm slowing down with new stuff.
Yeah,
I want to get bigger stuff. So to get bigger stuff, it probably means moving some of my smaller stuff.
Yep, and I think that's probably something that burnt me out with books mostly, is because you save money, you do whatever you have to do, you trade stuff, and you get that Amazing Fantasy 15 1.8, and you're like, man, I finally got it. But then you're like, I want a 2.0, I want a 2.5. And it's a never-ending chase. It seems like you get that high to get that book, and then it's like, man, I got to get the next grade. I got to get the next grade, and it's very addicting, very addicting. And I guess I don't find that as addicting with art. I think I get, okay, I've seen this page enough. I want to trade it for something else or sell it and move it into something else. So I kind of
because you can own it and you can appreciate it. It is a one-of-one original. Yep. You're the only one appreciating it during that time. Yep. You had your year with it, or your 2 years with it, or whatever. And if you feel comfortable moving it along, that's
especially if you buy stuff and you get stuff that you really don't care, I guess, for the value. You just care for it as a piece of art.
Right.
That's what you're looking at, is it's a piece of art. It's not something that, because it's not very liquid like a book is. You just can't take a piece of art and go to a comic shop and say, hey, I want credit, or I want to sell it, or because a lot of people just don't understand art. Right.
It's so much more subjective and volatile. Let's just say
you have to find that right person that says, I want this piece, or this artist. And, so it's very, like I said, it's not as liquid as books are.
For sure. But this is a show where we share what art we got. So I have to ask you, what do you want to show first?
I've got all kinds of art, man.
Go for it, man. Let's go first on the show. I only have a couple things I want to show tonight, so we're going to lean on you to show whatever you got.
You want to see some comic art. All right, so here, I'll tell you what. This is
whatever art you want to show, man.
This is the famous Spider-Man book.
I definitely wanted you to show your Spider-Man book, because you got so many Spider-Mans in there. I'm so jealous of it.
Oh my God, I think I've got like 50. I would have to count them up. I can't remember the last time I've shown this, just because I haven't had anything done in it.
Yeah, it's definitely been a minute.
I think it is. But yeah, this is all the Spider-Mans I have. Pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know.
Move it a little bit to your left. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. So there's a lot of different artists in here.
Man,
just you know,
I see one little Batman down there.
This Batman was done by Donnie Cates in 2017. And,
oh, really?
and yeah, I met Donnie Cates at Torpedo, and he's like, and this is before he started doing it. I think he does doodles now, but he said, I can't draw Spider-Man, but I'm gonna draw Batman for you. And you know, who's to say, no, don't draw my book, Donnie Cates. So he actually drew the Batman. And then James Tilian, he drew the Bat here. So
okay, James Tinian, the current writer of Batman. Nice.
So yep. So I got that, and then this is pretty cool. This is, oh my God, I can't even remember who did this one. This was another writer. This is a Campbell. Campbell did that. Matt Wagner, he drew the eyes. This is Bermejo. This is
Adam Hughes.
Adam Hughes. This is actually a Jim Lee. Jim Lee drew it. I actually got lucky with this Jim Lee. He was at Torpedo, and John Dahlman, he's the owner of the store, and he's been helping with this book. And Jim Lee came, and Jim Lee was sick. He had just came from Mexico, I think it was, and he wasn't feeling too good, so he wasn't doing any art or anything. But John talked to him, and my father-in-law actually helped him. He collects Rolexes and stuff, and my father-in-law was selling Rolexes at the time, and they talked about something on the phone. I don't know what was said to this day, but next thing I know, Jim Lee, he said, "Hey, I'm going to do this for you for $200." So he drew the Spider-Man for $200. So I was like, wow.
Wow.
Funny thing is he drew it and he inked it. And I was kind of like upset because Scott Williams was here and I wanted Jim Lee to draw it.
Scott to ink over Jim, yeah.
And then Alex Sinclair to color it because he was there too. But hey, you know,
dude, that's awesome. That's
to complain about it.
Jim Lee Spider-Man sketch ain't bad.
And Jim Lee doesn't do Spider-Man very much. So yeah, I think I'll save that one. That one's one of my best pieces. This is the back. Dan Fraga, he was the first one to do a Spider-Man villain. This is probably one of my favorite ones, the Finch, but I think I like the Jock. The Jock one right here.
Yeah.
Just so blocky and interesting. Every time I see it, you can tell it's a Jock.
Yep.
So
especially that background ink. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And
then, dude, I love your Spider-Man book, man. It's always been one of the things I always look forward to you showing.
Well, this I have to say is the best piece out of all of them, and I was really happy to get this piece. But Ryan Otley drew this Green Goblin.
Oh yeah, you showed me that once. Yeah.
And I was just blown away to watch him draw this. And Otley just was really nice guy. I mean, it's a huge piece. But yeah, that's a really nice piece. But that's all I've gotten in the Spider-Man book. I do have another book.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Pretty interesting stuff in it.
Go right into it. And then after you show this, I'll show one thing, and then we'll get back to you.
And Stan Sakai was at Torpedo, and I have this monster edition. This is huge. And
artist edition.
It's the artist edition, and he actually drew a Usagi Yojimbo for me. And I asked him to put the dots in because, you know, he does the dots. And he did this for free. He was doing stuff. And I said, hey, he saw my book. And he said, I'm going to draw this for you. And then his wife drew the chibi. His wife is here. So she drew the chibi in the exact format as the Usagi. So I'm really happy to get this. This is something I probably will never sell because I love Usagi, but
Magic Glass. I have a question. Did you have a Neil Adams in that Spidey book?
Yeah, yep. A Neil Adams.
You just name an artist, and he probably has it in that Spidey book.
Yeah, Neil Adams. He was at the 2018 Las Vegas Con, and I talked to his son Jason.
So was I, but I don't know if we knew each other then. Maybe. Maybe we did, but I don't remember.
We did. And Jason, I talked to Jason. I said, hey, I got this book. I would like Neil to draw something. And, Yeah, he had actually been to Torpedo, and Neil Adams had signed it here. He wasn't doing any art when he came to
Oh yeah, I see a sig right there. Yeah,
and he signed it right here, and then he drew the Spider-Man here, and he draws a line to his signature.
Oh, the ... There it is. Okay.
This is the Neil Adams Spider-Man right here that he drew. So yeah, that was really interesting. I've been working on this book since December 2016 is when I first started it, and we haven't had a signing at Torpedo since March, I think it was. And Otley, I think, was the last one. I can't remember, but it's been a while. But
COVID, yeah, COVID happened and messed with those.
COVID put a wrench in everything.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so I'm gonna get my big piece right out of the way. I've been teasing it for here and there to a few people, but I'm super happy to show this piece while I'm on with you, since you helped me get into this hobby and inspired me in many ways with this hobby. This is probably the biggest piece in my collection now, which is kind of crazy, but it is for me, it's a holy grail piece. It's a page from a super important comic book to Marvel canon. Like anybody watching the show or watching comic book related content on YouTube knows what this book is, right? So Infinity Gauntlet #1, written by Jim Starlin and illustrated by George Perez. So getting a page from this book never really crossed my mind as something I'd be able to achieve when I first got into this hobby. But I've actually been able to achieve that. No, it's not the page where Thanos snaps. Okay. I don't know if that one has hit the market anytime soon, but it's a couple pages later when the effects of the snap are first realized. And Avengers start disappearing, right? So the first time people started disappearing post-snap in Infinity Gauntlet #1 is on this page, and it's Infinity Gauntlet #1, page 32, written by Jim Starlin, illustrated by George Perez, and there's the page. So as you can see right there, it's Cersei, Captain America, and Hawkeye, Infinity Gauntlet #1, page 32. And Cersei and Hawkeye are now disappearing in front of Cap. Like he puts his arm through them and like basically they're invisible and then they're completely gone. And Cap is shocked basically and realizes that the Avengers are in like a dire straits situation. So this is essentially the comic book canon, official canon version from Infinity Gauntlet #1 of like, the way the MCU utilized that in the sort of the end of Infinity War, basically the end of Infinity War shock. This is what actually happened in the comic book, right? For anyone that didn't know that, I think a lot of comic book sweaties know that, but a lot of people who just casually watch the movies don't know that. But this is when Avengers started disappearing in the comic book canon post Thanos' snap. So I'm really, really happy to own this. This is like a holy grail for me. Definitely probably the biggest piece of my collection by far, and I don't know. I'm stoked. I can't buy anything for a while.
That's an amazing piece because like you said, it's so unique. It's that few moments after the snap that everyone disappear. And, they've changed the movie so much from the comic, but yet this part of it still remains.
Yes, so, this is like it's like a chilling scene. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know. I've been staring at it the second I got it like every day for.
That's amazing pickup, buddy. Congratulations! You got it at this last show.
What?
You got it at the
last.
last.
I did not pick this up at the Art Con. Like I didn't pick up a lot of stuff at the Art Con because I got this. A few weeks before the Art Con, and I just didn't have a fat stack of cash to take to the Art Con. You know what I mean? So I kept the Art Con pretty light. Thanks everybody. I'm appreciating all these comments. I'm sorry I can't like say them all out loud.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thanks, brother. Geeks is like, I hope this goes for 2 hours.
I think I probably have enough art to go for two hours.
The Don Dada wins. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm super happy to own something like this. Like, I never thought I would be able to own like a significant piece of history, like a key moment, right, from a key book. Like, for me, that's like the ultimate collecting achievement. Like that feeling of a key moment from a key book in an original page of art. Like 101, you know, like this is it for me. You know, like that's the feeling. Like that's the grail that I was trying to achieve when I first got into this hobby, something like this. In addition to a Jack Kirby published page, which I also have already achieved, but that was just from like a random Bronze Age issue. You know, it's not from a key book with a key scene and key moment from pop culture history like this one. So yeah, I am super happy with this pickup. So. Bass Clark, I see what I need to save for this Christmas. Yeah, so there it is, man. So that's probably going to be the most significant thing I show tonight. For obvious reasons.
Nice piece. I mean, that is a really, really nice piece, buddy.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I'm glad I got to show it here while I was hanging out with you. So
you know, today's my birthday. You could send it to me for my birthday.
Is it really your birthday?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, dude, happy birthday, man. That's awesome. I didn't know that. And
you can
we're friends on Facebook. I probably should have known that, but I never go on there.
Just send me that piece. Don't worry about it, man.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll call it even. All right, man. Would love to see more of your art, though. Let's see some more, man.
All right. So let's see. I think I'll save that. So anyway, I don't know if I've shown this piece, but you were at the 2018 Las Vegas Con, and JP, I don't know if I can one up that. I mean, my art.
We don't want you. It's not about one upping. It's about sharing.
But the 2018 Las Vegas Comic Con, you know, at cons they do special books and stuff. But Marat was there, and he did this. It's a Cable Deadpool homage, and I saw this, and I was like, wow, that's really, really cool.
Nice.
I'm an old guy, and Tigger and Pooh, you know, I was like, okay. But for them to have Cable and Deadpool together, and it was the Las Vegas con book, I had to pick it up. Like I said, I don't think I've shown this. I've kind of kept this back a little bit, but I don't think I'd ever get rid of this. This is just, to me, it reminds me a lot of my childhood with the Pooh and the Tigger, but to also have them representing both Cable and
that's awesome, dude. I love that.
You know, Pooh.
That's just a funny piece in a way, but it's cool.
You know, it's a unique piece, and I talked to Marat a little bit, and yeah, he's really cool guy. But yeah, I picked that piece up, and I was happy to get it. This is just something that John Boy Myers, he was at Torpedo, and I saw this Flash, and I was really drawn to this Flash. I just really liked it. Just a little, he had it in his art stack, and I picked it up. But I thought it was just really cool with the colors, so picked that up. And then I don't know how much you're into original art, but I've really got to know a lot of artists. And when I picked up that Jim Lee piece, that cover, I actually contacted Scott Williams, and because, you know, when you're spending that kind of money, you want to make sure that what you're buying is correct, because there's so much fakes out there. And I actually started chatting with Scott Williams, and we became friends. And so he did this commission for me. I really like the Batman and the Carrie Robin. So he did, this is a huge, you know, 11 by 17, but I guess if you cut it off, be a little shorter. But he did this commission for me, and I was just really, really amazed by it. It's like I said, I like the Carrie Robin, just something about it. But yeah, so Scott Williams. Yeah,
I like the Carrie Robin too. Yeah.
I was really happy to get this piece.
Dark Knight Returns, you know, classic.
Yeah, and you know, Scott Williams, he has his own style, but yet it's still a little bit Jim Lee-ish.
Right, because he's just been his partner.
Yeah, because he's been inking for so long.
Yeah.
But you can tell that it's got the Jim Lee-ish type to it, but then you can tell that, okay, it's off a little. So, you know, if you can't afford a Jim Lee, getting a Scott Williams is you know, I mean, hey, that's close to it.
It's not a bad tip. I've actually looked into that a little bit.
So yeah, I've got that. And then this was a few years ago. I picked this up. Again, I don't remember if I've shown this, but this is my David Finch Wonder Woman.
I love that Wonder Woman, dude. I remember when you got that.
I got this, I think maybe 2017. Yeah, no, 2018. Yeah, 2018. Again, I'd met David Finch at the at Torpedo, and he had actually done a Spider-Man for me, and I talked to his manager and stuff, and he did this Wonder Woman for me. But you know, Anthony from Anthony the comic art collector.
Mm-hmm. Anthony Snyder, you mean?
Yeah, Anthony Snyder.
Yeah.
He actually came to Torpedo. He was coming once a year until the COVID hit.
Right.
And I knew Finch was coming, and so we had this piece from David Finch that I really liked, but I wanted to get something done with Finch again, and so we had this Tomb Raider, and it was a piece by itself. And as you can see, he did it in 2006. And I said, "Hey, David, I want to get a Wonder Woman here," and he drew this right in front of me. Mm-hmm. It was so amazing. So he did this in 2018. So I've got the Tomb Raider, the Wonder Woman, and now I'm thinking about getting a third character over here at some point in time. Hopefully I can see David and watch him do it, because watching the artist just draw is so amazing, you know, to sit there and see it come alive. But yeah, so I was thinking about that. And then his wife, Meredith, she actually writes.
Yeah.
As David was drawing this, me and her, we got a conversation, and it was like, that would be really cool if Tomb Raider was looking for something in some Amazonian type thing, and then Wonder Woman showed up, and it was like a one-off, you know, where Tomb Raider and Wonder Woman met up, and I was like,
dude, that's killer.
The original, you know. So.
I love that one. Hey, real quick, I want to address this question that Baz Clark had earlier. He says, can you all recommend where to get original pieces besides cons? So you can find original art on eBay. You can find at the auction houses, so Comic Link, Comic Connect, Heritage, and other Hakes and other auction outlets online. There's the website comicartfans.com is a community that's all about original art collecting, where original art collectors are uploading their own collections to their own galleries. They're listing pieces for sale. It's a big both collector and dealer marketplace on comicartfans.com. And then you can also find links to comic art dealers and comic art reps at comicartfans.com. There are literally dozens of comic art dealers and reps out there as well, where you can acquire original art. You can get on artist commission lists. So there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can get art. So I just wanted to address that question real quick, because it was a good one for anyone just getting into this hobby. But dude, those Finches, I love those, dude.
Finch is amazing. I would have to, you know, agree with you as far as buying art. I would stay away from eBay. Yeah,
you can find it on eBay, but it's not the greatest. I would agree with that.
eBay is a very bad trolling.
He's asking, how long did it take for him to draw that one?
I think it took him maybe 15, 20 minutes to draw that woman. He really quick. I mean, it's amazing, but I'm not paying, you know, I'm paying for his 30 years of training, you know. He just didn't start drawing that Wonder Woman like that yesterday. Right.
What's up, J Hood Creative? We got J Hood Creative in the house. We got Peanut Butter 524. We had Life with Two YouTubers joining us earlier. We had the Mortal Biggie Shack is in the house. Good to see you guys. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. Really appreciate you hanging out here with me and Ray. Let's get back into your art, though. I don't want to derail the momentum.
Yeah. But like I said, I would have to agree. You know, Anthony Snyder, he's been around for a while. You can pick up some nice pieces from him.
I got an animation cell from him this past weekend at the ArtCon. That's the next piece I'm going to show. It's my first animation cell. So.
Yeah, Mike Burke. He does
Ramita Man.
Albert Moy, he is Jim Lee's rep. He has some stuff.
He was at the ArtCon also this weekend. So there's a lot of dealers out there now.
About Tatiana Dykes, she's Jim Weems, Joe Weems, a couple other people. She has a couple Turners, I think. But, you start getting into it, and you basically, you can see a lot of them on Instagram and just say, hey, who is your
anytime somebody asks me, like, I'm a total newbie, where should I start? I just say go to comicartfans.com and explore, because that'll lead you into a billion different directions of
our
information.
Forum actually has an original art forum on there where you can talk to a lot of people and get some help. But
what's up, Jimmy? Art? Yeah, let's see some more of your art, bro. Unless you want me to show that animation cell. Let me show that animation cell, because we just talked about the Art Con. So this was the one pickup that I got at the Art Con this past weekend in New Jersey. Picked this up from Anthony Snyder. He had like 2 of these Magneto animation cells from X-Men, the animated series. There's like, I don't know if that's even legible, but there's like a bunch of episode credits or whatever right there. Hold on. Is that visible?
Yeah, you can see the episode, show number, background. Yeah.
It comes with this whole Marvel, certificate of authenticity from the Marvel whatever animation department. So yeah, let me get it out of this plastic. So this is my first animation cell. I don't know a ton about animation cell collecting. I'm just a big fan of X-Men the animated series and a big fan of Magneto. So this had sort of 2 things or 2 elements for me that I dig. So I would love to get maybe a TMNT animated series animation cell at some point. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. And then maybe something from Spider-Man or maybe something from Batman as far as an animation cell. I don't know. I haven't really done a ton of research or tried to actively go find more animation cells. But this was pretty light on the wallet. Wasn't a really stressful decision.
I'm not familiar with cells that much. Is it painted?
Yeah, these are painted. These are hand painted, right? But the thing with animation cells is they're not credited to a single artist. Therefore, they don't end up being that expensive. It's like it's all part of like a big production animation process, right? So it's not like credited to David Finch or whatever artist, right? It's just a hand-painted animation cell that was used as part of the production process to create this episode of X-Men the Animated Series. This was from episode 46. So yeah, man, I'm pretty happy with that for my first one. And I doubt we're gonna, I doubt I'm gonna get very heavy into animation cells or anything like that. But it's just pretty cool. Thank you, Carlito. He's like, we're here to validate my amazing collection. Pretty much, that's pretty much why I do this whole thing for you guys to tell me how awesome my collection is. What's up, Russ?
It's really good that you do this because, I got off YouTube. I just got burnt out and everything.
Yeah.
But, when I started collecting, there wasn't a lot of shows like yours to where people were bringing their own art and showing stuff,
Well, I think I'm still one of the few. So
a lot of books, a lot of showing books and stuff, but no, not really that I was aware of at the time of just, hey, look at this original art.
Well, that's, this is something I'm trying to do, man. This is the 21st episode. So, I'm trying to keep it going. We'll see, But dude, we got 30 minutes left. Let's see more of your art, man. I can't.
Sure. So anyway, these 2 pieces, I don't know if you know the Wan twins. I've talked to the one.
I know what you're about to show. I think you've shown this to me before, but yeah.
I'd say I've talked to them. They're really nice guys. I was talking to them about doing a commission and everything, but then I started looking at their work, and my friend Lewis, he had bought issue 2 to one of their covers, and he was showing me, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I bought the cover to Lovetown issue 1. So this is the cover to the original. They still have issue 0. I was just talking to them last week about I want to buy issue 0 from you. They won't sell it yet, but I'm starting to change my collection a little bit into horror related stuff. But I got this piece from them. Like I said, it is a #1 cover, and they threw this Wonder Woman commission in for free.
That's the one I remember. Yeah.
So I was like, holy cow, you gave me this for free. And I don't know. I just, something about their art is almost like a darkish Frank Miller, maybe, kind of like that Sin City feel.
Yes, Sin City. Yeah, yeah.
From it. So yeah, I was just talking to them the other day, and yeah, there's another cover I'm working on buying from them. So,
Nice, dude.
So hopefully, we can work something out, and I can get something else from them. The last person that I remember at Torpedo that I saw was Ryan Otley, and I had, as I said, I wanted to go into more horror stuff, and he drew this. This was amazing because
this is so good. This is so good, guys. Just prepare yourselves. This one's awesome.
He remembered me from doing a Spider-Man, and so he did this. Really blown away, but he did a Morpheus.
It's so good. Yeah.
And Morbius the Vampire. And what my goal was I wanted to use this 11 by 17 as because normally they're just going to draw something small. And so I was like, I'll get one here, one here, one here, one here. But he drew this so huge. And I was like, holy cow. I was like, that's amazing. And again, I was really, really happy that he went out of his way to do this so big. And it goes so well with my collection that it's superhero related. But
yeah, that could be like a variant cover, man.
Hey, anybody wants to publish this, Marvel, Scorpion Comics, y'all want to do this? Hey,
hit him up, RB3.
So
his Instagram's in the link below or in the description.
So I got that, and then again, when Lee Bormeo was here, he did this Wonder Woman for me.
Gorgeous.
Again, amazing. He's an amazing artist. And then
shut up. You're going a little too quick. Let's see that a little bit better.
Man, I got a stack here, man. I
know. Yeah, you can go quicker, but I just want to see that.
You know.
All right. Cool. I saw it.
Bermejo, that's Bermejo Wonder Woman.
Nice.
And then last year, Rick Leonardi was at Torpedo, and they were only selling one 11 by 17, and I snagged it. But he was so busy he couldn't get to it. He couldn't get to my piece. And he was like, "Hey, I'm going to take it home. I'm going to work it at home, and I'll send it to you." And I was like, "Hey, not a problem." Again, I got his contact information, and networking is really good in the original art business. And a few weeks later, he contacted me and said, "Hey, I've got your piece done, and I'll never sell this piece. I don't think I'll ever sell this piece, but because it's
never, Ray. What if I want to buy it?" No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, but I mean, this piece, like you said, for the Morbius, this could be a cover piece. And he had actually drawn this. He had never seen the Wonder Woman movie. And so he watched the Wonder Woman because I said I wanted a Wonder Woman. So he watched the Wonder Woman movie and drew this piece from watching the movie for me. And buddy,
nice.
It's so amazing. I mean, here she is. She's on the Derringer. Here you got the little.
Wow, that's an action-packed.
I mean,
yeah.
I picked this up. I think was for $300. And
is Lasso still in the chat? He probably loves that one.
I mean, this for him to do this. He took it home. He worked on it, and man, I was just so amazed when I got it. I was like, oh my God. I mean, like I said, this is to me, this could be a pretty cool cover.
Yo, what's up, Sleepy Reader 666 in the house? Damien, good to see you.
So yeah, I was like $300 to get an original, I mean, like I said, this I'd buy this cover. This is really cool.
Yeah, dude, all day long, man.
So I was really happy with it. Again, I don't think I'd probably ever part with it. I mean, unless someone just, had to have it, and I knew that they're a Wonder Woman collector and I could, help them out with their collection.
Yeah.
But, at that point in time, it's going to stay in my collection.
It should, man. It's dope.
Another piece, I met this guy. He's really, really nice guy. You can contact him on Instagram and stuff. But Dan Fraga.
Yep.
Dan Fraga did this piece for me. He did it, and he picked it up at the 2018 Comic-Con. Another, I was at that time trying to move into, I guess, a little bit of the horror generation, and I was like, Green Goblin kind of goes with that, I guess. And so I was happy with that. Let's see. This is from an artist that he passed away this year, but Alan Belvin. He was actually an artist in the 1940s.
Yep.
I met Alan, and I talked to him, and I was like, look, I want a really cool piece. What's the most amount of characters you can do? And he said, I can do 3. I said, I want 3. If you can do 4, I'll do 4. And he said, no, I can only do 3. And at this is my first colored piece. I was never really into color. I was more into the pencil, black and white inks. And he did it, and I was really amazed by it. And I'm happy that I got it from him, from a 40s artist. But again, he passed away this year, I think it was.
He did pass away earlier this year, I believe. Yeah.
I'm just happy that I was able to see him. I met him
late last year, honestly. Because what is time anymore, anyway? You know.
But yeah, you know, again, it's
awesome,
but it's still that 40s look, and to me, it's just like, wow, you know, to have got to meet the guy, to pick this up.
Jesse would really like seeing that. Simon Comics, Joe Simon's grandson. Yeah, he would love it. Yeah.
And I think I told you before, I love Usagi Yojimbo. I got this from Jay Lee.
Oh, I love Jay Lee. He's on my list of I need a piece at some point.
Jay Lee drew this in front of me. It probably took him about 30 minutes to draw this Usagi.
What was I getting deep about? I already forgot.
I can tell you, I was really pissed off when I was watching Jay Lee draw this, because he had pencils all over the place, and I was like, man, it looks like he's cutting his head off. And I was like, I'm telling you, the whole 30 minutes, I'm sitting there fuming, because I'm like, man, this is gonna look like shit. I was so upset. I don't know if you can say that word on YouTube, but it blocked me out.
You can say whatever you want on my channel. This channel is for adults.
But he drew it, and I'm telling you, there's pencil lines everywhere. And then he broke out the inks, and he inked it, and it was like, I'm telling you, about 2 minutes it came alive. And I was like, oh my God, that's one of the best Usagi Yojimbo Jay Lee's. I'm like, oh my God. And
it is, yeah, that was incredible.
And yeah, I mean, Sleepy Reader 666, his ink strokes are just amazing. I mean, I was so blown away when he did this to finish it up, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Again, I'll probably never get rid of it, because I like Usagi Yojimbo. I like the stories. I like the history about it. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Here's another. I just got this piece this year. I don't think I've shown this piece.
Okay, let's see it. Fresh piece.
I'm a really big Turner fan. I love Michael Turner.
Oh boy.
I've had a few Turner pieces. This is not a Turner piece, but I've had a few. I've sold a few to friends just because they want it. But I've always really liked it. Turner, he did a vampire type piece that I really love. But Ali Garza drew this one. And it's a take on one of Turner's pieces. And I wanted the whole body of Vampirilla, but then a blow up of her. And he did this for me, I think it was in March or April.
Yeah, I think I remember you posting it to Instagram.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I don't remember if I posted it, because, you know, during that time we had the COVID, and I think I was slowing down on some stuff.
I only know because I had to like look up your link to put it in the description and all that, so I saw all your old posts and whatnot.
Yeah. So this was a take on a Michael Turner piece, but Ali Garza did it, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I guess it's grown on me, because when I first got it, I was like, but then I keep looking at it, and it's like, oh, okay, you know, because it is kind of Turner-ish, maybe, I guess. But I don't know. I just like the fangs on her and everything. Again, it goes with my new collection that I'm trying to take my piece into. But yeah, this is Ali Garza drew this, and I think he's still doing commissions. You can follow him on Instagram, and yeah,
yes, a previous guest of this program, Mike the Collector, has commissioned him, and so I think JP has also commissioned him at some point, or gotten a pre-done piece from him or something.
There's a little story with it, but I don't want to get into that. But I got it, and I was like, but then it's grown on me. I don't know if you've bought pieces that's grown on you, or, you know, it's just like whatever, but pretty good.
Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to show my last thing, and then we'll end the show with all RB3 Ray art goodness.
I think I got maybe 4 or 5 pieces.
Perfect. So this is my last piece. I can't remember, and then I'll re-show the Infinity Gauntlet page for those of you guys that missed that, because why not? But I can't remember if I've actually shown this or not. But this is just like a simple sketch cover done with like marker color and everything like that. It's a Red Hulk sketch done by Corey Hampshire. So it's just on this what is this, Hulk 50 blank sketch cover. So nothing crazy, but just like a simple Red Hulk sketch with you know, marker colors or whatever to match that Red Hulk trade dress or whatever right there. So pretty cool. I haven't really been going as heavy into sketch cover projects and sketch cover commissions this year, just because I've been more into, I guess, getting more into the you know, published stuff and whatnot. And it's just, you know, you only have so much budget for your art stuff. But thanks. Yeah, Hampshire is solid. Like, I have another sketch cover he did of Batman for me on a Justice League blank or whatever. But yeah, thanks guys. It's a pretty cool piece. What's up, Tap Comics in the house? Another previous guest of the program. Good to see you. So yeah, man. So that's it. But for those of you guys who missed it earlier, because I showed it kind of early in the show, this is like my biggest holy grail piece of art that I've acquired about a month ago or so. And it's a George Perez. It's a page written by Jim Starlin and illustrated by George Perez from Infinity Gauntlet #1. It's Infinity Gauntlet #1, page 32, and it is the first side effects post Thanos snap of Avengers disappearing in front of Captain America, specifically Cersei and Hawkeye disappearing, getting dusted, if you will, if you want to use the movie terminology, in Infinity Gauntlet #1. So that's my big pickup, probably for the year, honestly. And you know, I'm kind of on the sidelines for a while now because of this one, but I love this page. I love it so much. So.
Hey, that I mean, to me though, that's a piece. You know, that's a once in a year piece.
It really is, man.
I mean,
so dusted. That's right, man. I appreciate it, guys. It's just, you know, I really want to like present it better than just putting it in this, like, you know, kind of cheap temporary frame. But, you know, framing is just so expensive. Yes, Joe Rubenstein inks as well. Yes. Yep.
If you notice, I don't have any of my art framed. I mean, it's just because, you know, you look at it.
Honestly, I've been unframing the majority of my art. I used to have more than 50%. But now I have like maybe 10 to 15% in frames. And
like you said, it's so expensive to get it framed.
It really is.
And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm tired of looking at, because I'm going to show a piece that I'm really tired of looking at. But, you know, you spend this money on a nice frame, and it's like,
yeah, I've got a few pieces custom framed, and it definitely ain't cheap. What's up, Bill? Comic Magnesium's in the house. All right, brother, let's see your final run here of art from RB3 Comics. My good friend Ray here. I'm so happy to have you on the show, man, and to get to hang out with you again a little bit, man.
All right, and so again, I know my buddy Tommy's going to yell at me about this, but Bill Sienkiewicz.
It's Sienkiewicz.
Sienkiewicz.
I got a Sienkiewicz on my wall right behind me. See that here behind me over here, right there. That's a Sienkiewicz right there.
Oh, but so you can't see it because it's
can't really see it from that angle, unfortunately. Yeah.
But he was at Torpedo and he brought a stack of art. And again, I'm kind of moving out of the superhero type stuff.
Yeah, right. You're more into the horror these days, right?
Moving into the horror, but I'll get into it. I'm moving more, I guess, into more. I don't want to say professional, but probably more Christie's type, you know, Sotheby's type artist. You know, more fine-tuned artist, I guess you could say. But this piece right here.
Oh yeah,
Bill had done, and he had done this. I don't remember exactly if it was but it was during the It movie when It rebooted, and I saw this wolf, and I picked this up. And actually, I think JoJo Comics was there when I was there when I picked this up. But I saw this, and I was like, "Holy cow!" I was like, "This wolf just oozes, you know, the It." You know, it's coming out and everything, but yet, you know, I don't know. It's just something that struck me. I saw it, And so I had to have it. And then another piece I got. This is actually a big piece.
All right, before you move on, I just took that moment while you were showing your Sienkiewicz to take my Sienkiewicz off the wall. Just because I don't know if you've seen it before, but
actually, I think I have seen that piece.
I've on the show before, and I posted it to Instagram, and I did actually get this one custom framed.
Yeah, that's a nice piece.
That's a published cover.
And Sienkiewicz, I think he's a great artist that transcends comics and fine art.
I agree. It's abstract, like really just unique.
So artist. The comics, and you wanted to collect a little bit of both genres. I think that because that piece has the comic feel like everything, but then it's also fine art. I guess you could call it fine art. So
I consider him in a category above, like, not that I'm trying to put down comic artists. I freaking collect comic art and I love it, and I talk about it every week.
That's where I got started at, was comic artists, and I think I'll probably always collect comic artists because it's my start and it's my youth. But I guess moving into the more finer pieces.
Agreed. I'm a big fan of his. I would love to get more Sienkiewicz art. It's not
amazing artist, amazing, and very nice guy. I mean, like I said, I had lunch with him, and his work is just beautiful.
I wish we had a program like your Torpedo VIP program here in New York at a store or whatever. But our signings tend to just be like you got to wait on a line forever. There's no like VIP program or anything.
I'm gonna tell you that the Torpedo VIP has just done wonders because you're at the front of the line. So as an art collector, I get to be at the front of the line, and I'm there to see the book, to see the art, and so that's pretty cool. But this is the other Sienkiewicz I got.
Okay, awesome. You gotta know.
This is a piece that he was messing with, and he was using different medium to do it. And he said that he was using everything and using his fingers and stuff. But I thought it went well, and it's a huge piece.
That's freaking cool, dude.
And I was like, holy cow. I was like, I got to get the zombie. I was like, this zombie is just amazing. And it's actually almost like 3D. It's texturized. And I don't remember what he told me. He was going through everything, but I was just like, man, this is so cool to get this. And so, yeah, I picked that up. And then I only have a few more pieces. I have 3 more pieces. This is a piece where I'm moving, like I said.
Yeah, that last one was freaking amazing. Like
that zombie is amazing. I love it. But
what's up, Seawood?
I'm moving more into. That
was Sienkiewicz as well. Nice.
I was about to say, I don't want to say more professional, I guess, but I guess more traditional. But I met this guy. His name is Jeff Esheveda. I think that's how you say it. And I bought 2 pieces from him because who was it? Someone just said they're on another level.
Geeks, yeah.
But Jeff Esheveda, his stuff is almost like a realism. And I saw this movie, I can't remember, maybe 2003, 2005, I can't remember it. And this movie has been one of my favorite movies, but it's Pan. I don't think I've ever shown this piece.
I've seen it before, but
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
This piece has a almost realism, like Pan could jump out of this page at you. And this
it reminds me of something out of the first season of True Detective. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Yeah, I've seen True Detective. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an amazing show. And,
first season was amazing. Anyway, I haven't. After that, I fell off it.
I think it kind of, changed a little bit. But
yeah,
one of True Detective with Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, I think, was in it.
Yep.
And yeah, that was an amazing show. But I saw this Pan's Labyrinth, and I was like, man, it could almost come out of the paper, and it's such a 3D feel that I was like, I gotta have that. And then I bought this piece, and I didn't know what it was at first. This piece is actually he did this piece, and it was an award-winning piece. I don't know if you know IX Galleries, but IX Galleries won.
Yeah, I know IX Galleries. Yep.
Okay, so this actually won an IX award, And for anyone that don't know, IX Galleries, they have once a year, they'll have digital, they'll have graphite, they'll have ink, they'll have all kinds of different categories. And it's just fantasy artists, a lot of fantasy artists. And it's really good to look at what they have. If you really want to get into, pieces, maybe like Frazetta, Boris Vallejo, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. But you don't have the money for Frazetta or that, but you want to see some of the new artists coming up. But this was an award-winning piece, and this is called Tears of Lucifer.
Oh, yeah, that one's gorgeous, man.
And this is huge. And
it's huge. You can't even fit it on screen.
and basically, I bought it, and I was getting in touch with Jeff, and actually he messaged me back, I think about 2 months ago, because I was like, the name of it is Tears of Lucifer, but what's going on? And he told me that he had made this story up. And I don't want to get into the story because I don't know what his plans are with it. But basically, this is a piece where Lucifer is crying and his tears are creating demons. And these demons have to go and do something. And,
can you back up from the camera a little bit, like so we can maybe see the whole thing? Tried it. Yeah, there it is. There we go.
It's a huge piece. It's a very huge piece. But yeah, again, it's moving, I guess, more into my collection that I want to take it into is more fine art with the horror, the horror generation. And I saw it and I was like, wow, that's really interesting. And plus, with it being an IX award winner, I was like, you know what, I like it. I don't know. It's just something that I saw.
No, it just has like a timeless quality to it.
And I was like, who can beat Lucifer, So
that's another good TV show I watch or I enjoy.
I just finished last season up to.
I'm really glad Netflix revived that sucker.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good show. I really like Lucifer. Lucifer's pretty good. So I just finished the last episode last week, I think it was.
Yeah. And
the
number one streaming show in the country or something, which is cool.
Yeah. And so I got one piece left, and this.
All right, man. Well, perfect timing. We're about we're like 3 or 4 minutes away from the hour. So let's do the last piece.
I got this piece, I think, in March, and I'm friends with her now.
Is this Peach?
It is a Peach, and I talked to her, and I talked to her husband, and I've thought about getting something else, but it's a
Punchline.
It's a Peach Momoko, actually a Harley Quinn.
Okay. I thought it was Punchline for a second.
I don't think Punchline, because I think I commissioned her in maybe December. I think it was a little bit before Punchline. I can't remember exactly when. I think Punchline might have been March or something. I can't remember, but I wanted a Harley Quinn. And so I got the Peach Momoko piece from her. And this is the piece that actually, it bothers me. It's like, I love her face. Her face is pretty cool, but then the rest of it is like, okay. But
I mean, I'm not a hater, but I'm not necessarily like a hard fan either of Peach. Like it's kind of like hit or miss for me on the covers that she's done. But
I love a lot of her work, but I don't know, for some reason I'm like, I'm like, do I want to sell it? Do I want to trade it? Because it's not. I don't know. It's just. It doesn't fit my collection currently.
Right.
It is a Peach, and she's not doing anything now. So to have an original Peach, and this is a huge. I mean, when I talked to her, she wasn't doing this size.
Too large. Yeah.
And, so I said, look, I want the biggest that I can get from you. And there's something about her face. I love her face. The face is amazing, but everything else just I don't know. It doesn't capture me.
I'm with Carlito on this. Like, I'm not a hater. It's just not my. Not my style that I like.
I'm like, I'll let it go. It's not something that it's gonna be, something that just pow. Like her covers. Her covers are amazing.
Hey, well, if there's anything Ray's good at, is it's exchanging his collection for assets to turn it into other things for his collection. So,
but I think it's the same with everyone. You get
the same with every.
And you're like,
it's all about the timing for you and like what your goals are.
Well, I mean, to sit there and talk with Peach and to speak with her and be like, I can get on your commission list is like, oh, you know, she's not doing commissions now. And you get on that list and it's like, oh my God, I got on her list. You know, what do I want?
That's a big deal unto itself, considering how busy she is right now.
She's such a talented artist now. And, you know, her pieces are crazy. But I got that piece. And like I said, sometimes I love it. And then other times it's just like, it's like, man, it's like I can move it to something else because the next piece I'm looking at buying is, again, I'm looking at a piece from the Wan twins. I keep talking to them about getting their Zero, but I don't have any prints. I'm not a print collector, but there's a print that I want to buy. It has nothing to do with comic art, but it's a Banksy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm wanting to move more into that, and the Banksy piece that I want is just, I mean, it's a limited print, but it's amazing.
Right. Well, his originals are impossible, so like, you know,
I can't afford original. I mean, I'm retired for a reason. I'm not looking to go back to work, but
this is like one more piece.
I don't have anything.
I don't have anything else left to show for tonight. I mean, I think we're here at an hour. It was an action-packed hour. It was a great episode, top, you know, front to back here. I really appreciate you hopping on here and hanging out with me and talking art, brother. Like I said at the beginning of the show, if it weren't for Ray, I probably wouldn't be doing this show. Like, seriously, like my trajectory in being an art collector more so than a comic book collector, even though I still collect comic books, but that change of trajectory in my collecting was heavily influenced by Ray, and our conversations and the knowledge he was sharing with the community several years ago on his own channel when he was putting out content and whatnot. Just so, you know, major props to you, brother, and thanks to you for coming on and hanging out and sharing some of the art with the community here, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I mean, you're taking this, the original Art Hours, taking it beyond what I did, you know, because you're bringing on a lot of other collectors, you know, so you're bringing that knowledge to people that really want to get into art. Like I said, I just got burnt out on it, and I'm glad that I was able to help a lot of people, especially when I was doing a lot of giveaways, because I was giving away art, I was giving away, you know, books, and it was really fun. It just, I don't know, it just seemed more of it was becoming a job.
Yeah.
But you really do it, and you're bringing that knowledge to people to where a lot of people.
Well, it doesn't yet feel like a job to me. It's still all fun, right?
Yeah.
Once it does start feeling like a job, I'll probably disappear.
I was about to say, and I got to that point to where like, you know, it takes up so much time.
Right.
You know, you're bringing this knowledge to people that it really, there's not a lot of knowledge on original art, you know. So thanks, buddy. Thanks for bringing that to the community, because I think a lot of people want to get into it, but they're stuck as far as, you know, where do I go? Because you can get pieces for $10, you know, and start a collection, or you can go to, you know, $1 million for Frazetta, you know, depending on whatever your budget is. And, you know, by you bringing on a lot of this stuff, you know, like I said, I got that Usagi Yojimbo for free.
Right.
You know, I mean, I just happened to be in the spot at the right time. And, you know, he drew it for me. And I was just like, oh, I'm not going to complain. But, you know, by you bringing this to a lot of other people's attention, is definitely a great thing for you to be doing. You know,
thank you, dude. I really appreciate that,
because you have so many book shows. There's so many people.
There's so many book shows for sure, dude. I gotta get Seawood on this show. I know he's been picking up a lot of art and has done a lot of art. I gotta get some more people. Usually I announce the next date of the next show and the next guest and all that at the end of the show. But I'm gonna take next week off from doing the show, and I'll probably have a few more episodes scheduled soon. So just look out for the next episode on my Instagram, at Comic Books NYC on Instagram, on my Instagram story. And I'll spread the word about the next episode when I have it scheduled. We may do a party episode. We may do a pop-up party episode with all the previous guests invited again, like we did to kick off the season. We might do that one next. We'll see. What's up, Genome? Thanks for stopping by here. We're just wrapping up. Well, dude, everybody out there, if you're not, following RB3 Comics on Instagram, the link to his Instagram is below. The link to his YouTube channel is also below, but he's not really doing content out there.
I don't think I have anything out there.
Right.
I know I have a collecting video. I might just relink it up, whatever, but I don't have anything.
Ooh, JP's being threatened with a art AOK from J Hood, so that's juicy. That's juicy. Yo, Jimmy C in the house. So I actually bumped into Jimmy C at the ArtCon on over the weekend in Jersey. Jimmy C's channel, he shares original art pickups and stuff on his channel. So if you're not subbed to Jimmy C, go check him out also on YouTube. He does also share some of his art. Maybe I should get him on this show, honestly, frankly. Jimmy C, we'll hit you up, bro, on Instagram or something. Maybe we'll figure out getting you on the show. I'd love to have you on. It was cool running into you at the con over the weekend. That was unexpected. I didn't expect to be recognized from this show. You know what I mean? Like, just looking through a portfolio, next to the guy, he's like, "Hey, I recognize you from the show." It's like, okay, awesome.
Buddy.
What?
You're becoming a celebrity.
I don't. Yeah, let's
you
not
need to monetize this.
Let's not lose our heads. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks again, Ray RB3, for hanging out with me, sharing your art, and telling some stories, and just catching up. Honestly, it was good to see you and hang out.
I really appreciate you having me on. Again, amazing, Infinity Gauntlet piece that you got.
Thanks, brother.
That's such a nice piece for a collection. Like I said, that's a once in a year piece. So
it's a once in a lifetime piece for me, man. But we'll see. Yeah, but I appreciate that. I am very, very happy to have that in the collection. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it. I appreciate everybody for hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Original Art Hour, whenever that might be. Boom.
Where do I begin? I see the hate, they don't wanna see me win. Bank deposits, I got more coming in. Top down, throw the money in the wind. I don't want it all. Heard this scammer had to switch up the accounts. Moving paper, gotta call it my account. It's all in, I can have it coming out. Been through the struggle, I can see another drought. Yeah, it's not a purse, it's a merch. 6 figures was a goal, now it's 9 or a hearse. Put it work. Used to pull up, not swerve, no time for the snakes, time to put them in the dirt, that's word. I gotta get it, it's in my DNA. You only see the highlights, don't know what it takes. Last year stressing, got no sleep. Now I'm right between the courts, I don't know bleed. I see the hate, they don't wanna see me win.